is one athlete and his wife.
You've got some new information here from Ermes Gasparini sharing his story on, what's going on with Engin Terzi and all the drama with him leaving. And seems like there was some stuff going on behind the scenes. Let's listen to what Ermes says here, and then we're going to read some comments as well.
And they started to talk. Robert, it was the first, and he started to tell Engin is not anymore with us.
So I'm just going to provide the context. He's saying at the event from last Saturday, in the back in the green room, they were telling all the athletes that Engin is not a part of the organization anymore, basically.
Is out of the society. In the beginning, I don't understand, because if you have an agreement, I understand you are owner 100%, but if you have an agreement, you need to respect this agreement like a man. But I think there are other people behind him to convince him to put out Engin.
So that's kind of the statement there. He's saying that there's other people convincing Robert to put out Engin. And who is he hinting at? Well,
and these people don't like Engin, zero. And I mean, it's one athlete and his wife.
So he said it's one athlete and his wife, but he's not naming who it is. I mean, I think most people will be able to interpret that he's referring to Devon Larratt. I mean, that's the obvious assumption there.
I told this before, when we was in the green room, and I saw with my eyes when his wife he started to talk like crazy. I started to think it's real. They have the control of the situation behind Robert. And
wow, so okay, interesting.
After this, I saw Robert. Yes, he told, he said Engin is out, and he said Dexter is owner, Brian Shaw, and maybe other two people, but he don't say nothing about this. The athlete and his wife, because they want the money.
Why is he not naming Devon Larratt? I'm not like, why not just name him? It just doesn't make sense.
They want to control everything. They want to be another circus like WAI.
Okay, so he's saying that Devon wants to push the sport in a direction of a circus. It seems like that's what a lot of Eastern Europeans have, that mindset that that's where it's going. So, I mean, what do you guys think? Leave a comment. What do you guys think about that? And I'm curious why Ermes doesn't just say outright, that's Devon.
Another thing, Engin, he called me from 5 months ago, and he told me, Hermes, I can't continue because I had agreement with the.
Okay, so anyways, there's 4 more minutes on that video. He's gonna get into like more details on the agreement and Engin saying he couldn't continue in the past and stuff like that. But really, that's the main bit of information I wanted to extract from this video. Seems like, I mean, I know Devon and Engin have had problems in the past when it comes to the rules, and they've had disagreements and stuff like that, so that this wouldn't be the first time. I don't know why Engin won't name Devon Larratt either. He's made some posts on his YouTube as well where he basically hinted at Devon. He actually made another post here today, super long post here, where again he's hinting at Devon later in this. You can read this whole post for yourself, but I'll kind of summarize some of the highlights at the end here at least. So let's see here. Now I see people says Robert owns a company, Engin trusts to control matchmaking. So in short, he said, I had been interrupted on my lane sometimes on a daily because of requests of an athlete that Robert believed we had to make happy. I'm assuming that's Devon Larratt. I don't know why they keep saying an athlete, and it's like, well, just name the person so everything can come to light or have a discussion together. I feel like there should be a live stream of all these individuals together to kind of work out some type of solution for the betterment of the sport, as opposed to just like kind of like almost like sneak dissing or like, you know, mentioning them but not outright saying who it is, because that just makes it confusing for the fans, in my opinion. So he says an athlete that Robert believed they had to make happy, and Engen said he can't work with such conditions, but Robert convinced him, blah, blah, blah. About 2 weeks ago, he decided to quit, but then he didn't want to out of respect. This was another thing that Engen didn't like, was that Dexter told editors not to show Engen's face or voice too much. So that seemed to have upset Engen as well. Okay, here's another portion that kind of mentions what Ermes had mentioned there. So about 8 a.m. Turkey time, he had received a call from an athlete who was breathing fire and told him that there was an athletes meeting after the event finished, and instead of Robert, an athlete and his wife were in full control of the meeting, and they were against me. So again, saying an athlete and his wife, which is the same thing Ermes mentioned. So I'm assuming that Ermes may have been the one that contacted Engen there regarding that. So they're basically saying that Devon has too much influence over the organization. They're trying to kick out Engen is basically what's coming out from this, or at least the claims on this side here. So and Engen is not satisfied with that. His agreement was not like that with Robert, he says. So really that's the majority of information there. But I mean, regarding the match between Devon and Vitaly, which we were hoping would happen, I don't know if it's going to happen, but look at Devon's Instagram. He made a post here.
You can't hide from me, Vitaly. You can't hide from me. You can't hide behind Engen.
So he's saying Vitaly is hiding behind Engen regarding the visa issues, if Vitaly can get the visa to come to Colorado, but apparently it's approved. That's what Devon made a video today saying that it's approved, so there's no excuse. But
Devon, ты себя ведешь как трус. Наш поединок назначен был по проведению в Баку, но ты сделал так, чтобы этот поединок проходил в Америке и еще по твоим правилам. Ты прекрасно знаешь, что я не выездной в Америку, и я не смогу приехать. Почему ты всем говоришь, что я тебя боюсь? Боишься-то ты меня, не я тебя. Приезжай на нейтральную сторону, и мы без проблем с тобой поборемся. И хорош лапшу на уши вешать людям, которые не понимают, что происходит. А ситуация совсем простая. Ты с 18-го года бегаешь от меня, и сейчас пытаешься убежать. Приезжай, я тебя разорву.
So there's Vitaly's response. What do you guys think about this situation? Let me know in the comments section, guys.